Hello, plants. We have, I don't know which one is which. We have carrots and we have cucumbers. And yes, that's a bra. It fell here one day. I don't know who it belongs to, and I'm afraid to pick it up.
So I am going to go to the store to buy things. What exactly am I going to buy? I don't know, but we'll find out when we get there. I just know that I need to buy things today. So we are going to head outside. It's the nicest day in a really long time. I will say that. You saw our Jenny the Snow Monster video. And this would actually be the park. But it's not covered in snow anymore, so. I sent off our birth certificate applications again. I just hope these documents go through. I'm tired of this. But anyway, I sent them off a couple days ago. So we'll see what happens. We're still paying for the psych eval. That's a lot of money. We did like a plan with her to do monthly installments because there's no way we could have afforded it all up front. It's a little ridiculous to kind of like request out of anybody to have to pay that much money ahead of time. In the meantime, we decided to think of different ways that we could possibly save money for the future. I know that now, like after I already got paid, there's not much that we could really do except just not spend too much money and not eat out and don't buy extra things, stuff like that. We did decide to try gardening. We're going to attempt gardening to see if that can help us offset some produce costs. Produce in Japan is actually pretty expensive for like the vegetables that as Americans we would normally eat. In Japan they have different vegetables. For example, like carrots. I mean, yeah, we have carrots in the US, but carrots are basically like a main ingredient in almost every dish in Japan. So you can get 3 carrots for $1. And these carrots are huge, like the size of your wrist. They're massive. Huge carrots. See, I'm making up 99 cents. 3 carrots. We decided to try and grow some of our own because it takes us like 3 weeks to eat 1 carrot. And we decided to try growing some cucumbers. We were going to try doing bell peppers because I really love bell peppers. I eat them with like every sandwich, put them in like everything. I love bell peppers, but they're really expensive here. Like 1 bell pepper is almost $2. And after reading about how to take care of bell peppers, we were like, yeah, maybe when we get better at gardening, we'll try it. They're very finicky, so we're going to see how that goes. So I got an email. Not that super exciting, but it's been like a week now, and I got an email from our social worker. She is drafting up our home study. We're so excited. That means we're the next family. So she's drafting and writing it up. We should hear back from her in like a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know, maybe. And then we can start looking over it and decide like what we want to change or if we want to add anything or if something's incorrect, stuff like that. And actually, like, I kind of wish that our psychologist did that because when I got our like a report back in, it said that I have an older sister who has a niece. And I'm like, no, I don't. So I just kind of like scratched it off and wrote her correctly. I don't know where she got that from. I think maybe she mixed up Josh and I, but then I don't know where the niece came from at all because I don't know. It was just funny to me. Anyway, so yeah, that's all that's going this week. Exciting stuff. Hello. Ow! I hurt myself. I hurt myself. Oh, I didn't break a nail though. See, nail is okay. Here's my plants. It's been like a week now and I see no sprouts. Yep, nothing. Not a single thing. I'm not touching these. I just look at them because I have a brown thumb and I kill plants. Hello, I thought I'd give you an update. It's been like a week. It's actually been like 2 weeks almost. We went snowboarding last weekend. I guess 2 weekends ago at this point. But 2 weekends ago I went snowboarding with my friend and Josh. Well, he went skiing. But at snowboarding, I guess I had fallen at one point, and I whipped my head back like really hard. I can't do that right now. I'm still hurt. I'm still recovering. But like I fell. I don't know how this happened, to be honest. Like I was trying to stop and I was bouncing a lot, and when I finally did stop, my butt like slammed down and into the back of the boot that just like sticks straight up the support. My butt slammed right on it, which is how I had like a huge bruise on it, massive bruise. And when that happened, like it whipped me back really fast. I gotta stop doing that. I keep whipping my neck and I whipped my neck back and like fell down, and I felt it crack, but it wasn't like serious. And then I stood right back up and I felt it all pop right back into place. There was zero pain at all whatsoever. The only thing that really hurt was my butt getting slammed. That hurt so bad. I actually thought that I was bleeding at one point because it was really painful. I'm laying there like, oh my gosh. And I had the wind knocked out of me a little bit because it was just like, ah. But I felt fine, and I got right back up because my thought was, like, I've skated with a broken jaw before. I can do this. Like, this is nothing. And falling in the snow didn't hurt at all. Like, it didn't feel anything. It was just, like, floating in powder. So I was, like, kind of surprised that I have bruises that I do on my knees and, like, my hand and other parts. Like, it was just weird that I got bruised. Like, because the snow was so soft. It was just weird. I would rather fall in the snow over ice any day. But anyway, I went home. I iced my butt because it was swollen. I iced my knee because that was also swollen. And then I took a really hot bath to try and relax like all my muscles. And then I stretched and everything, and I was fine. I went to sleep. The next day I get up. I felt sore everywhere. My legs were sore, but not too sore. I kind of expected that because I do ice skating. And my arms, though, were like super sore. It was so weird. Like, I'd never felt mostly my shoulders. So I was like, oh, it must have been from pushing up all the time. That I couldn't pick up anything because I had, like, especially in my right arm, I couldn't pick up anything. I get to work and I could barely lift anything. And I realized something was wrong when I tried to drink water. Like, I went to tilt my head back to drink, and I couldn't tilt my head back. And then I tried to turn my head, and I couldn't turn it at all. It was anytime I slightly moved my neck, like shooting pain shot down my spine. So I knew this wasn't sore muscles. And when I tried to, because I sit at my desk a lot all day, and that particular day I had nothing to do. I was just sitting at my desk. So I do a lot of stretching randomly throughout the day. So I was doing some stretching at one point, and I went to go like do this, and I couldn't. I lifted this arm fine, but this arm was like this. So I tried to pull it a little bit, and it was like pop, pop, pop. And then it hurt really bad, and I just couldn't have any range of motion. I couldn't twist like this. Nothing was happening. Like, as the day was progressing, I got worse and worse. And then I called my chiropractor immediately. I was like, I need to see you today. Do you have an opening? She's like, yes, I have an opening. So I went and I saw her. I went in. I didn't tell her that I had an accident. I just said I'm sore everywhere. I went snowboarding, and when she started to like do her exam of me and like have me try to turn my heads or whatever, and she's also like a muscle doctor. I don't know what you call that though in English. I don't know what you call a muscle doctor. She's also a muscle doctor. So she said, oh my gosh, were you in a car accident? Because you had bad whiplash. I'm like, I wasn't in a car accident. I just fell a lot in snowboarding. And then she was trying to ask me to think about exactly how I fell and when I fell, if I remember something where I whipped my neck back. And I was like, oh, wait, I do. And then she said that I had pretty bad whiplash. And then also, not my shoulder, not this part, but like the blade back here was dislocated. So she had to pop that back in. And she didn't like tell me it was dislocated and she was popping it back in until after she popped it back in. She's like, oh, I'm going to massage this area. It might hurt a little bit. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, ah! And it was like popped right back in. It hurt really bad. I was grabbing onto her little towel that she has. She has a little towel on the bed. And I was grabbing onto the towel and I ripped part of it because that's how much it hurt. I felt really bad, but she's like, oh, I've never mind. I should have just told you what was happening. But as soon as she put it back in, I was able to go like this with my arm. I couldn't, because she was trying to get me to lift my arm. I could barely lift it. She was trying to get me to put my hands behind me. I couldn't get this arm to go around me at all. I had to like push it, and like my shoulder kept popping forward like this, so I couldn't get it behind me. After that, I could move my arm up and down, but I didn't have the strength to hold my arm behind me. I could like put it there, but I couldn't hold it there because it was so sore. And she did adjust my neck some to where I could at least tilt my head back. I couldn't really turn my head, especially this way, because here is where I really stretched it out. I don't know if you could see it. It's kind of getting a little green right here. I don't know why it was green. I didn't bruise it. But so I went back and saw her a few more times, but because of this injury that happened, we had to go into the savings that we have. We had $1,000 in savings. Now we don't. I had to spend like a couple $100 to go to the doctor and get all these treatments, and it was really bad. I had to take off work. Luckily, it was during like entrance exams, so I didn't have any tests any classes, so it was fine for me. But oh my gosh, it was so hard. I couldn't sit up. I couldn't lay down. Like Josh had to help me sit up and help me lay down. It was so painful. And then I got like really depressed. And according to what my doctor said, like 3 out of 10 people who have whiplash also get depressed because there's like a chemical imbalance that happens because your head shakes around, so everything moves around. I had equilibrium issues where I couldn't be balanced. I kept tilting my head wrong for a bit. Like, it's just all chemical imbalance caused me to be like super depressed, like really depressed. It was really bad. I'm fine now. Like, I felt as I'm getting better, I gradually start improving with my mood. Obviously, if I'm doing this, I'm totally fine. Oh, we got our home study draft, which we've been writing, so we're getting that figured out, and probably won't finish it until April, maybe. Maybe April we'll get it finished and we'll have it sent out. But also we can't send it out yet until we have our birth certificates in the mail, which we're still waiting on. The last I heard, they were accepted into the US, and now we're just waiting to see if they respond. They don't respond. After it's been received, they don't respond. So I don't know if they're going to send it or not. So we'll just wait and see and hope for the best. Oh my gosh, guys. They're cucumbers. This one's not looking so okay though. This one right here. But the other 3 look good. Are you proud of yourself?
It's coming along nicely.
Alright, now show me the carrots. And yes, the bra's still there. Here they are. They just look like grass right now. How do you feel?
It's like it's grass. Lots of grass.
Just grass?
It's
not grass, it's carrots. That's how they grow.
If you say so.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, well, just give it a few months.